Okay, before you freak out about something while you're planning your Disney trip, watch this video. Hey everybody, it's AJ for Disney Food Blog. Now, planning a Disney vacation can often feel way more stressful than it is fun. There are so many things that need to be planned out in advance that it can be overwhelming sometimes. It's perfectly normal to want to freak out in these situations, but don't worry. Many of these problems are avoidable, or even better, not really problems to begin with. There are ways to avoid all of that drama. Save yourself the headache. We got 4 things that we see people freaking out about every year at Disney World when they really don't need to. Okay, here we go. First up, restaurants not listed as on the dining plan. So it's December and you're planning out where you want to use your Disney dining plan credits on your trip next year. Maybe you scored free dining when it was released. Good for you. But when you go to look up the list of restaurants that take the dining plan, the places you're looking to go aren't there. Okay, calm yourself, Iago. This happens every year. And every year I get loads of emails from freaked out folks who don't know why their must-do restaurant isn't on the dining plan next year, when it was on the dining plan the past bajillion years. Here's the deal. When the new year starts, the list from the previous year isn't just transferred over automatically. Many restaurants have to renegotiate with Disney the terms for the year for them to join the dining plan again. This is especially true with third-party restaurants. So third-party restaurant operators like the Patina Restaurant Group, who run Tutto Italia, Via Napoli, Maria and Enzo's, and soon Space 220, may not renew on the dining plan until late January of the new year. So don't run to your computer and start canceling those reservations just because your restaurant isn't on the list yet. More than likely, those third-party restaurants will drop in, even if it's at the last second. So a good baseline for whether or not your favorite restaurant will likely be on the list of dining plan accepted establishments is to look at the previous year's list. More than likely, a good portion of those restaurants will be on this year's list too. Now note that occasionally there will be a shakeup that happens with restaurants on the dining plan once they are listed, usually with a 1-credit meal changing to a signature 2-credit location. One example that still stings was back in 2013 when Le Cellier and Epcot transitioned from 1 credit at lunch to 2. This is actually quite rare, but it's worth keeping an eye on if you suspect it could happen to any spots you're interested in. And of course, it is still possible that your restaurant won't re-up on the dining plan. It happens, but it doesn't happen often. So for those of you with tables in Wonderland, also keep in mind that new restaurants will often take a little while to start accepting the program. Topolino's Terrace just recently started accepting the discount card about a month after it opened. All right, the second thing I see people freak out about every single year is the snack kiosks saying that there are no dining plans accepted. In a similar vein, but actually completely different, is the snack credit situation. Every year I get message after message from folks freaking out that Dole Whips aren't a Disney dining plan snack credit any longer, or Sleepy Hollow says they don't take the dining plan. Chill, my friends. For some reason, and I have no idea why, many small snack locations and kiosks list emphatically on the Disney World website that dining plans aren't accepted. But while it's true that places like Aloha Isle don't take quick service credits or table service credits, they do indeed take your snack credits. So even though you're seeing listed on the Disney World website, quote, dining plan not accepted, unquote, fear not, my little kittens, your snack credits are welcomed at these locations. And note that as a general rule, your snack credit will be accepted for most food items that cost under $6, and many that cost between $6 and $8 as well. Don't forget to watch our best snack credit values video to see which items will get you your biggest bang for your buck, or should I say credit, on the Disney dining plan. All right, the next thing that Disney fans freak out about each year, ticket price increases. We get it. Disney is already quite expensive, and yet each year we're met with even more ticket price increases. And while the previous 2 items on this list are nothing to sweat about, this one, yeah, it's kind of worth freaking out about because those increases do sting. But if you know the deal and how to avoid those increases, things can get a little better. Increases historically happen once a year, usually in February of the new year. The most recent price increase on per-day tickets was last March and saw a range of increases up to $30 more per day for those park tickets. Currently, a single-day single park ticket is going to cost you anywhere from $109 in the value season to $159 during the holidays. And remember, tickets are now subjected to date-based pricing, so every day is going to have a different price. If history is any indicator, we should in the coming month or so be faced with another price hike on tickets. When the total bill for a vacation can equal thousands of dollars even without the tickets, it can feel like it's just piling on even more when Disney announces, hey, we're upping the price for those tickets you used to get for $20 per day. We know each year the price hikes are coming though. So if you don't want to get hit with them, try to purchase your tickets before those price increases happen. Then you'll be locked in with the lower price and escape the higher prices for another year. On the other end of the Disney World ticket price spectrum, annual pass holders haven't been immune to price hikes either. So pass holders need to plan accordingly as well. Last year, ahead of the opening of Galaxy's Edge in Hollywood Studios, we saw massive price hikes on annual passes in June of 2019. Most standard passes, meaning non-Florida resident, non-vacation club type passes, saw an increase of around $225. When you're shelling out money in the four figures for a pass to begin with, tacking on a couple hundred more dollars is really rough. To help curb this, pass holders looking to renew should do so before their renewal discount window closes, 60 days before and up to 30 days after it expires. And that will ensure the lowest possible rates. But if you're looking to get a new annual pass, if you hadn't had one before, keep an eye on big box stores like Sam's Club. Last year, for a very short time after the price increases on passes, Sam's Club members could get a new annual pass for slightly cheaper than they could before the price hikes. Sam's runs deals on Disney World tickets, passes, and even water park tickets, so it's beneficial to keep an eye on any specials they're running, and you want to crunch those numbers to see if it makes sense to get a Sam's Club membership just to get discounted tickets. Next thing that Disney fans freak out about each year, those annual refurbishments. Ah yes, the dreaded construction walls. We see these crop up and instantly start thinking, is our favorite ride or restaurant closing forever? And it is stressful to see those walls around your favorite ride or to notice that something's under refurb that you weren't prepared for. But just because you see construction walls going up, don't freak out. Sometimes it just means that standard annual refurbishment work is being done. Disney likes to pride itself on maintaining a clean and finely tuned environment, and that means that several times throughout the year, they need to take rides and shows offline or close down a restaurant or store and sprinkle some pixie dust on it so it works its absolute best. For example, we usually see Splash Mountain and Kali River Rapids go down for refurb during the winter months because it's easy to work on when no one wants to get wet and cold, but then they return during the spring and summer to cool you off. When this needs to happen, Disney will put it on the calendar well in advance, sometimes even 6 months out, so that you can plan around the construction if you want to. Don't forget, Disney does list all of its refurbishments on its website, and we at Disney Food Blog also give you a weekly update on the refurbishments. So always check to see if your favorite attraction is going to be closed beforehand, and then you can decide if you want to reschedule or if you're okay with it being closed while you're there. These refurbishments often happen the same time every year, typically in the cooler months after those big holiday crowds are gone, but before the spring break crowds hit. Sometimes, though, lengthier refurbishments do happen. For instance, Disneyland recently announced Snow White's Scary Adventures would close for a major refurbishment lasting from mid-January through the summer. Your best bet in these cases is to still check the calendar when planning your trip and decide if you want to plan a visit at a later time or not. If it's totally going to crush you to miss out on your favorite ride or your kid's favorite ride, let's think about who's most important here. It may be worth holding off a few months so you can ride it. For example, I know Test Track is closed right now for refurbishment. My son has a long weekend and we could easily pop down to Disney World and have a grand old time, but I know Test Track's his favorite ride, so we're not going to go down. We're going to go visit Grandma and Grandpa instead, and then we'll go to Disney World later this year, hopefully, and he'll get to ride Test Track. So hopefully that helps you and me, because my inbox was getting full, to not freak out and to avoid any potential issues with dining plan, ticket price, and refurb conundrums. Ain't nobody got time for that, so take notes and avoid the freakouts as much as you can. Believe me, there's plenty to stress out about when it comes to your Disney trip, but here at DFB, it's our job to make sure you keep it all under control. Thank you guys for listening, and thanks for watching. Please let us know in the comments your experiences with these. We'd love to hear the things you freak out about when you're going to Disney World, and hopefully we can help. As always, this is AJ for Disney Food Blog, and we'll see you real soon.